Hey guys, my name is Ryan.
And my name is Miska.
And welcome to Overwatch Central. So before Season 2 starts, we wanted to go over a matchup between two heroes vying for the same spot in the team. Now we all know Overwatch at this point. The hero picks are essential because you're basically picking your weapon of choice. These two heroes are fairly similar in the way that they play, and one of which has been dominating the meta for quite some time. Enter Jesse McCree, Cowboy Fanatic and Hit Scan Hero. Well, recently McCree got a little bit of a nerf, while Soldier 76 got buff. Both of these heroes fill a certain role in a competitive composition, which we will go over in a second. But these two heroes come together in a Cowboy standoff. And without getting these two to take part in some form of epic rap battle, we wanted to go over which hero you should choose for Season 2 if you had to. But first, how have Soldier and McCree gone toe to toe in the past?
These two have been duking it out for the hitscan slot in the pro teams for quite some time now. Hitscan heroes, for those that don't know, are heroes that have no travel time to the ammunition that their weapon uses. Essentially, as soon as you click or hold down the trigger on McCree, his projectile hits his target instantly, whereas Farah, who obviously does not use hitscan, has a bit of travel time to her projectiles. These hitscan heroes are super important in a team lineup, as in the hands of a capable player, they can pick off almost anything that's on their screen. Pretty much from the get-go at least, McCree was used in every lineup over Soldier. We'll go over why this was in a bit, but now let's go back to a few months ago, and a bunch of you should actually remember this, that McCree had some major nerfs alongside Widowmaker, and this gave Soldier 76 a time to shine, and then he found himself in the #1 hit scan spot, and was seen as a bit better than McCree for a short while. But also recently McCree's fall off damage was buffed, and he again was top dog spot, but now McCree has been nerfed a little bit again in terms of his ultimate, and Soldier 76 has been buffed a bit, as his aim will now recover quicker, meaning higher accuracy. But which hero will be the pro's weapon of choice when these changes hit the live servers?
Now we're going to go over why Soldier and McCree are good in their specific areas, and then we'll go over their flaws and what we think you should pick for the next season. Soldier, simply put, is a much more reliable hero when it comes to quick play and ranked. The recent buff to Soldier came in the shape of his burst fire. You know, the longer you hold down the button for your primary fire, the more your weapon sort of spreads, right? Well, the buff was that the spread of his weapon resets a lot faster, meaning that in short bursts, he has much better weapon accuracy, meaning that he is a lot more effective at medium and even long distance for those cheeky pickoffs. His heal is an absolute godsend. Being able to throw it down in sticky situations will do wonders for yourself and for your team. He's also great at picking off tricky heroes in the sky like Farah. This isn't as appropriate now as Farah isn't queen of the meta anymore, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're not going to run into good Farahs in Season 2. Also, his ultimate is great at clearing and picking off enemies. Once the enemy Reinhardt shield or the Reinhardt himself goes down, press Q and clear out those pesky mercies and Zedias and push, push, push.
McCree has been beaten and bruised several times with some minor nerfs. He's had his fall off damage reduced, his fan to hammer damage reduced, and now his ultimate charge depleting completely instead of dropping to 50% when cancelled, yet he still always sticks around. McCree is a god in the hands of a player with insane accuracy, and the weapon does more damage per projectile than Soldier 76's, as Soldier fires more per second instead. This means that McCree will do more damage at the risk of not being as accurate, of course. With some of these pro players, they don't need to worry about that though. Sure, pros miss too, but not nearly as much as the average player. Another amazing trait of McCree's is his flashbang. We all know about Seagull, Tweak and Kib by now. These players love to be on Genjis and other quick problematic heroes as well though. So the flashbang is the most consistent and reliable crowd control tool in the game, and can easily stop these silky quick players in their tracks. Tracers have to be a little bit more careful when there's a McCree around, even if McCree isn't the final nail in her coffin. A teammate can easily take advantage of that split second that she's stunned.
Both McCree and Soldier share the trait of not having much in terms of vertical movement. If there's a Junkrat on the high ground, then you're going to struggle to take him out, especially if there's no stairs to actually get there. As we went over just then, McCree also has a very helpful tool to get rid of tricky Tracers and Genjis. Soldier does have his rocket, which can quickly finish these enemies off, but landing it takes skill, patience and a little bit of luck as well. In reality, McCree is a risk reward in comparison to Soldier. Whilst it's easier to get solid results on Soldier, if you can easily play and manage your McCree skills, then you will do infinitely more work on him. Soldier has always reminded me of Jim Raynor in Heroes of the Storm. Easy to pick up and play, effective, but if you can put in the hours on other heroes that take a little bit more skill and time to be more effective, then you should definitely do so.
But McCree is slow, he has his role, sure, but you don't really want to be using that to travel around the map. With your abilities on cooldown, you'll be a sitting duck, so if you mess up the flashbang and roll, you have very little at your disposal. Now, after the nerf to McCree's ultimate, you really have to be more careful with that one too. We will definitely see it less, and whenever it's pulled off, it'll be a lot more valuable to the team. It's an important part of his toolkit, which has essentially been cropped short. In reality though, he is still a strong pick, but it's definitely hard to gauge at this point if he's still better than Soldier 76 or not. Overall, we would say that we might actually see Soldier a little bit more than him though nowadays, but if the majority of teams choose Soldier, then we'll obviously see him more and he'll be picked more. And for Season 2, definitely in your ranked adventure, we can strongly recommend Soldier 76 every time, as the heal is really good if you get that solo support in your team or whatever. It's just a nice backup and a bit of a safety net to fall back to. Not everyone will have the aim of these pros, and Soldier is a lot more forgiving to those players. But if you're a killer McCree, then stick with it. You'll find it harder getting those multi-Deadeye kills, but his overall kit is just more versatile. It goes back to one of our main rules actually. If in doubt, Soldier.
And that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Do let us know who you would pick if you had to. Would you pick Soldier for the more sort of reliable end of it, or would you go for the stylized Jesse McCree and pretend to be AKM from Rogue? Do let us know if there's any other matchups that you're not sure about. Maybe you want to put in the Mercy instead of Zenyatta for Season 2, or maybe you don't know who should be in the off-tank role behind Reinhardt. Do let us know in the comments what you'd like us to see, and we'll weigh in with our opinion. Thanks again for watching, take care, and we'll see you next time.